Greetings from my end. Good evening. Do you know about the new tax reform law in Nigeria? This is especially for Nigerians, wherever you may be in the globe. It doesn't matter whether you are home or not, you need to know because someday you will come back home. So, here on this live, I want to break down what this whole stuff you may have been hearing about is all about. You've been hearing about it, but you don't know much about it. So I'll give you the little that I have come to know about because it's important. Even though I am not a finance analyst, neither am I a task reporter, tax reporter or anything like that. I feel it's important that all content creators take up the role somehow of explaining to people, especially Nigerians, what they need to know. The basic information about the tax, you know. It's important that you know the right things about it rather than listen to lofty talks that people have been throwing around, which are all false. And it baffles me how educated men and women would listen to side talks. One of the story flying around is that from 1st of January, does it make sense? How can government just collect people's money monthly? Then some said they will collect the money because government is owing other countries or monies they borrow, they have to pay it. Is it today that Nigeria started borrowing money? Right from Obasanjo's time, or even during the military regime. We've been hearing about those things, especially during the Obasanjo time, later Yaradua and co and so all that. But has there ever been a time, even in those worst periods of governance, was there ever a time they deducted people's money? And now it's now they want to do such a thing. I was sharing with someone and the person said that I said, no, 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 no. The person says, they're not, do you think they can't do that? No, they can't do that in Nigeria. As backward as we think or we are or behave sometimes. Yeah. But these are the frivolous kinds of talks flying over. Oh, we can't pay tax. Some people will say we are not into the tax thing, and politicians will pack all the money as usual. Ah, I don't think that would happen. Some will be like, what about the money we are getting from oil? And they one funny person said, what about the tax people have been paying that they have been using taxpayers' money to build a road in Nigeria? When? How? Ah, Nigeria cannot be said to be a country that pays tax. The people who pay tax are only government workers, civil servants, so to speak. And that's less than 20% of Nigerians, if you ask me. So we have not been paying tax, my dear friends. I was sharing with a lady who owns a shop. She said, and tax, what about all these levies and fees? My dear brothers and sisters, that one is not tax. Tax comes out from your income. Ask those your friends and brothers who live abroad. Eh? Before they even get their pay, before they will touch the dollars or the pound sterling, the yen or whatever, government deducts its own percentage. They have federal tax, they have state one, they have the one they deduct, for your social security, like Americans, for healthcare, Medicare, Medicaid, and stuff. And then you get, a list of how the monies were taken. And then the remainder you collect, and that becomes your major income. So that's how people pay for tax. Tax is not revenue. Like maybe you're in a shop, the local government will come and say, pay for dustbin, pay for sticker. No, sticker is not tax. Tax is from your income. You you pay government something that you're paying and building the economy. So that is what tax is. So we have not been paying tax in Nigeria. It is this coming year, 2026, that we want to begin it. And it's not kickstarting on the very 1st of January, as some people have been alleging. Even bank people have been sending messages here and there. And come and update your account, bring your NIN, bring your this, otherwise they will close your account. No, it's gonna start in 2026, but we don't know the official day. But we need to prepare. Be that as it may, if you have the time, please go to your bank, update it, give them your NIN number so they can update your details in the bank. So these are the ways governments of countries, build up on people's profiles over time. It takes ages. We have BVN, we have NIN. Very soon we are all gonna go put our fingerprints in the database. That's way they can start checking for crimes and things. Yeah, we will tell you that Nigeria will get there someday. America is 200 and something years. We are just 60, now, something. We have started collecting, and this build up of data begins to link up to the major things. And then someone was saying we don't have the IT to do this. My brother, my sister, when America started their own, did they have that required IT? They did not have it. So whether we need IT or not, whether we have it or not, we're gonna do the best we can do and build up. As the ITs come, we're gonna start getting them. But for now, just be aware that we are paying tax. Abi? That's very correct. But how is the tax going to be paid? Many people are not going to pay this tax, but everybody is just beefing, shouting tax. Yeah, you don't know that it's when you pay tax that you know that you are a bona fide citizen of a country. When you hear taxpayers, now they pay the tax. You go no say. So many people in Nigeria who are just fighting, blah blah blah. Don't worry. When you pay tax for 1 year, you will understand the importance and how it will make you feel. Now you guys don't even pay tax. All your own is oil. Then one guy was saying, if oil is no longer enough, petroleum crude or whatever, they say other minerals have come now, gold, this, let them go and mine it. And I'm not, what is wrong with this one? Okay, let's assume other countries are mining and that is how they generate funding for whatever. Do you not need money to get equipment to go and mine those things? I don't understand how Nigerians think sometimes. You know that Nigerians, sorry to say, it's only when they leave the shores of this country that it dawns on them that something is happening out there in the world. A while ago, I did a live on Facebook lamenting how Nigerians behave towards this country. They cry that government doesn't do anything, but when government build roads, overhead bridge, all those infrastructures become stores for Nigerians. They line up tables, basins, and so on, and it is markets. Do you know how many billions goes into building roads and those flyovers? Do you know those places become toilets where they dump? And then you expect government to bring out money from where again to clean up those places for you? We need to get sense in this country. Be only when you jackpot you go get sense. Get sense. And that the reason it aches me when I talk about it is that when they now travel, they get small sense. They will now be overseas lambasting Nigeria. If I catch anybody, I will face that person. I have told their friends to warn all those their brothers and sisters who live overseas to stop widening their mouth and talking shit about Nigeria once they cross over. Because when you were in this same country with us, you are the part of the people who mess the country. Sometimes you travel with all these expensive transportation companies, you see guys wearing suits, dress wear. When they drink bottled water or they sip pure water, they throw it outside the window of the car. I'll just be looking. Hey! And this one can't travel go America. English can't stay for America. They say, hi, 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 hi. Every day they sweep the street. Every day they no be you they throw away pure water, banana peel throughout from window for bus when you they go Lagos. No be you. No be you dey piss for corner of walling wey dem put. Do not post whatever. No post bill abi post no bill. Meaning don't piss here, but you will go there, pull out and you're pissing, messing up the whole place. Everywhere go dey smell. And you come waka reach America. America, they say I never go America before. They no dey piss like that too. You tell me say you no dey see people, all these ones wey dey do like wetin they no dey piss for bus stop. They no dey smoke there. Go to bus stop. You can't sit in a bus stop. Bus stop is a smoking joint in America, especially during cold weather. Is it as if that place is better than here? It's almost the same thing, except that government pays for cleaning up. Where do you think government gets the money to do the cleanup? Taxpayers' money. So if you say we have crude, we have mineral, when they don't bring the money for the mineral and the crude finish, come build the road. When you can't dirty the road, mess up the road, finish, which money they will take clean the road for you? When you mess up road, finish, then government will now bring money from where to clean the road. Some people no get toilet for house. So when they walk along the street, anywhere they see them shit, package them as if then they package moi moi. Pay your tax from next year so we can be using the money and cleaning up your mess after you. That's part of the benefits of paying tax. Government will use tax money to clean up your mess after you. So when you are able to pay for cleaning up your mess, you will know that you are arriving small, small. Many people will not pay the tax because they said if you don't earn up to 800,000 naira in a year as a Nigerian, you're not going to pay the tax, which is also something obtainable in other parts of the world. There's a certain range within which you fall under that you're not taxable, and a range within which you are above of or within that one that you pay tax. So people who earn from about 800,000 naira and above a year in Nigeria are the ones who will pay tax. Even at that level, there's gonna be deductions to cover for rent, certain food items like bread. The government is gonna have to, like, at the end of the year or however they hope to do it, pull out those funds, and that becomes a sort of refund, or in the US, as they call it, tax returns. So every year you're going to report your tax. That means your income, rather, you will report what you earn in a year. And you are not going to lie about it, because if you lie about your income and government finds out it's a lie, it's punishable by law. So in essence, we are trying to grow. We will grow a lot by the time we start paying taxes, that you become responsible to your income and how you are using it. You become responsible to telling government the very truth about your earnings. Those are the ways we're going to be growing. It's going to be like the pay as you earn, which we have known before. I learned that payee thing when I was even in secondary school. Pay as you earn. So if you don't earn above 800,000 naira a year, you can't pay the tax. So you're not paying because you're not earning that much. And one big benefit about it is that Nigeria is going to make a lot. There are many companies owned by foreigners. They don't pay tax. So now they're going to be held responsible to pay taxes. So it's not just about Nigerians paying tax. it's going to also affect heavily outsiders who have not been paying tax. And if we go about it the way that they have it in law, that certain punishments can even happen after the laws are given, then many of these expatriates and companies or organizations owned by foreigners, they're going to have to pay those taxes that they did not pay before. So that will be more income the government will accrue, you know. Isn't that going to be something wonderful? So Nigerians are just afraid. Once a Nigerian knows that the government wants to tell them to be responsible for something, they begin to jitter. And that tells you that Nigerians are never responsible. Yes, Nigerians are not responsible people. It's only when they japa that they learn that they need to be responsible to themselves, to their country, as citizens of those country. Because they go and learn from outsiders who pay tax, consistently. They can now understand that, oh, it's good to pay tax. But we can also learn it here. The government wants to teach us that as wonderful citizens, as good citizens, as compatriots, as patriotic people, we have to be responsible. Pay tax. Government will use it to build roads, to do many other things. You are contributing, you know. It's a cost. That's why we keep telling people it's not about the government. Whenever anything goes wrong, they will say government pointing finger. But you should also be pointing fingers at yourself because it's about you and those in power. It's a government for the people, by the people, and for the people. Democracy. So it's not only government, politician. What about you? Have you ever done anything meaningful that has impacted Nigeria all your life? It could be 10 years, 20 years, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. What have you done for Nigeria? But you keep asking what Nigeria will do for you. You know that is somehow. It's You mustn't do something that everybody will hear your name in the whole country. You can do in your little compound, in your community, in your village, in your local government. It's still the same thing because little drops of water, they say, makes an ocean. So whatever little impact you're making wherever you are will go a long way in forming the ocean that Nigeria is growing towards. Don't keep saying they don't care, they don't care, they know they do this, they know they do that. Wetin you dey do if you want to, wetin you dey do for Nigeria? Na only politicians dem dey for the country. Wetin you dey do as a Nigerian citizen? Get ready to pay your tax from next year. It's a tax thing I'm here for. Do you also know that content creators will also pay tax? Yes, they will. Those into the forex thing, yes, they will pay tax. Those into crypto and all those kinds of things, yes, they will pay tax. But how it happens is that you will need to purchase the things you need for your work as a content creator, as a forex dealer, as a crypto, whatever. So whatever is left for those in crypto and forex, sometimes the thing falls, and so they're not going to charge you when issues like that happen. It is only when you make a net profit or income that you will be expected to pay tax. Aha. So don't forget. And all those who work online, forget this thing that you call it a side hustle. It is a job and you're going to pay tax. Ask people in the US, Canada, or wherever. All those people who do all those online gigs that Nigerians call side hustle, they pay tax. Yes, they do pay tax. Content creators, forex people, crypto, doing online jobs, whatever kind of online thing. It's a job. It's not a side hustle. They pay tax. When I registered my monetization, whatever, last year in the US, I put my tax details, you know. So we're gonna be paying tax in Nigeria too, as content creators. What else do we need to know about the whole tax reform thing? It's not starting on the very first, but that does not mean you shouldn't put your house in order. Not everybody will pay tax. You will pay as you earn, and there will be returns at some point in the year. You make a declaration of your income, and you have to do it truthfully. If you lie and government finds out, you're gonna be punished. You see, you're gonna learn a lot of things from paying tax. You become a duly certified citizen of Nigeria because you're contributing your quota to the running of things in Nigeria. You know, don't listen to all those side talks people are spreading around that they say they will collect 5% of people's money monthly, whatever, because of tax. That's no tax, and government cannot do that shit thing. And many people who are supposed to be reasonable are spreading such information. It won't have, it's not like that. Government is not collecting money to pay for any debt they are owing. It doesn't happen like they are talking about paying tax, making Nigerian citizens responsible men and women. And that's how it happens in all those places. Those your brothers and sisters, friends, well wishers, in-laws, they pay tax and they pay it heavily. And it has taught them to be responsible. In spite of paying tax, they pay a whole lot of other revenues and things. When they park cars wherever, you pay for parking your car on any American road. Even on a university campus, you pay for parking. Uh-huh. You can't live in that country free. VAT. So some goods and services that we normally pay VAT on, that's gonna be removed, somehow. And before we are even beginning the tax reform laws and things, there are some other things that have been removed already. This stamp duty or whatever, and some other things like that. So it's gonna be wonderful. On the whole, why I really appreciate the whole process is that it's gonna really make Nigerians become more responsible to their duty as citizens instead of being just grumblers and complainers, you know. So you can still learn more about the taxation thing. I haven't really gotten down to the details. The documents are so big, you don't just digest everything. So it's advisable that you listen to reports, summaries, analyses on it from time to time. Or you go to the website. I think I wrote it down yesterday or the other day. Just go check tax reform law. Check on Google. It will lead you somewhere to a link, and then you can read more about it. And then listen to the news more often as the year comes to a close, and you get more details. Go to your bank to update your details by adding your NIN number, national identity number. And yeah, if you don't have it yet, it means you need to get it, right? Yeah, we're gonna start paying tax next year in Nigeria. All this while, we've just been playing around, and I get to laugh when people say, "We are paying tax. We are paying tax. They are paying." Who would you say they are paying? People pay, but you don't pay. Are you tax exempt? We are going to pay tax. But don't be afraid that you can't pay tax. There's a sort of cut that comes into the play. You have to be earning more than 800,000 as income in a year for you to pay the tax. So some people will still not pay. And it's those people who will not pay that are making too much noise. Eh? Some don't even want to work. It's people who are strong to work that are eligible to pay tax. It's then that we will know the stronger Nigerians in our midst, and not all those who lazy around and yet they can't do nothing. They are the ones who go about messing up our cities, cheating and paying everywhere. and they expect government to clean up their mess after them. When you pay tax and they use the money to clean your mess, you can raise your head high and say, I'm a Nigerian citizen. Before then, hide your face and stop pooping and shitting around our highways and our flyovers and turning our flyovers and highways into store markets. Once they finish building a road, piam, Nigerians have turned it into marketplace. Tomorrow they'll open their mouth wide. They will not build it, they're not building road, they're not building road. But when they build the road, you turn onto your store. Turn onto your store, you turn onto your bathroom, you turn onto your toilet. Which kind of person you be? Don't worry. When you pay tax, small tax, you go know. Anyways, this is just a tidbit, just a teaser about the tax reform law. Know it at the tip of your fingers. I've tried to tell you the one that I know. I still need to know more. So this is just like a brief, a hint, an appetizer, and sort of an information session to tell you that you need to know more about the tax reform laws in Nigeria, because come 2026, Nigerians will start paying tax. Are you ready? If you're not ready, get ready. On your marks, get set. By 2026, we go. Beep, 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 beep. We will pay tax. Don't be afraid. Hold yourself together. That time we will know strong Nigerians who want to build a nation. Then you will know that you are the change that we need in Nigeria. The change is not Peter Obi. No one does the change. You should begin the change by yourself in this country. Pay tax. Then you can say, wow, I am a citizen. Everything does not have to fall on government, okay? Thank you. Please share this live, like it, subscribe, support me. Okay? If you're just joining, that means you've missed a lot. I've been talking for 27 minutes, 56 seconds about the new tax reform law in Nigeria that you all need to know about. Check it out. Listen to the news. Get ready. Get ready. Go and update your bank details with your NIN. Work hard. Bambo. According to Igbos, work very hard so you can be earning more than 800,000 in a year so you can pay tax. And this thing will spur some people on who really want to be responsible Nigerian citizens. I think I'm loving this whole thing about paying tax. It will help. And I'm going to pay tax, as a content creator, even though I'm not in the working, circle as of now. I'm still going for further studies. But on the content creating aspect, I earn on Facebook, so I'm going to pay tax. Yay, as a Nigerian. We'll see how that goes. I've always loved Nigeria and I've always been a patriotic citizen, and I'm doing my own part in my community apart from the tax thing that is coming. That is the spirit we all need to have in Nigeria. Not to say, Tinubu do this, Tinubu do that, Tinubu, they live for your backyard. They live for your neighborhood. Something where they happen for federal level, they carry on the con state level, they carry on the con local government level. We have 3 tiers of government: federal, state, local government. Which one are you talking about? Because Tinubu does not play the role in all of them. Don't you know, Nigerians? Know your simple government. We learned government in secondary school. Know your simple government. Your state governors are in charge in your states. And I know the governors we've had in my state, River State, have always done their best. They have been building roads, infrastructures, putting things in place, and yet citizens keep murmuring and saying all sorts of things. They have turned Oyeme fly over to market. They build road from Oyimi into Elelewan, na market. Go to the flyover in my 1, na market. My 3, na market. My 4, na market. Once government finish building a road, everybody, oh yeah, where we go? It is like they have been waiting. They will be eyeing the road. Somebody can even message them. You don't hear say they don't build the road finish. They'll say, oh yeah. They look for money and they go and buy their wares and they go and start selling on the road. Cars will not pass, human beings will not pass. Nigeria. I finished saying what I want to say. Alright, at this point, I'm gonna have to end the live. Thank you for those who joined. If you didn't get the gist of the matter, make sure you go back to the other parts of the live, look at it, like, share, subscribe. We'll talk about something else another time. I'm Universal Sister Anne of God. It's been a pleasure sharing or letting you know a little bit about the new tax reform in Nigeria. Come 2026, we're going to start paying TAX tax. Okay? Nigerians, get ready to pay tax and become very responsible. That kind of thing. Catch you. Bye.